So it seems as if Fulton County dropped 6 of the previous charges that Trump recently had, and they gave him an apology. Look like it might be a great 4 years after all, y'all.
We just got a filing from the court there in Fulton County. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I've just obtained that filing, and basically what is happening is that Judge Scott McAfee is dismissing several of the charges here in Georgia against former President Donald Trump. 6 of the charges in this order. The charges so far, and I'm still making my way through the judge's ruling right now, but appear to do with solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer. Those were certainly some of the charges that he was facing. Other people that were named, of course, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Johnny Eastman, Mark Meadows. And so this is certainly notable because the former president was facing a number of charges, but to have 6 of them removed is notable. Now, it's important to note he's still facing charges here in Georgia, still facing charges in Fulton County.
The anchor woman looked like she was trying to hold back tears. Like they can't believe this. But when you do wrong to a person who's actually or maybe trying to do good, it backfires on you every time. And this is the whole reason why Trump was never worried about it in the first place. That's why he kept talking campaign. And people were like, how can somebody that's a felon still run? That's what the news media was making us think. And that's what Trump kept trying to tell y'all.
Owes President Donald J. Trump an apology. President Trump has been indicted by Fulton County. May I remind you that Fulton County has been found to be in violation of election law, not once for the hand audit, but twice for the machine count. And now we can prove that they had intentional human intervention, which is the predicate for election fraud.
Well, look like to me he just won Georgia. Look like he just won Georgia. Because if they frauded him on them votes last time, they owe him. They owe that boy.
And take his word and take a vaccine that might cause harm to us.
If and when the vaccine comes, and it's not likely to go through all the tests that needs to be and the trials that are needed to be done.
Let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us.
When we finally do, God willing, get a vaccine, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot?
We will need to have access to the vaccine results so we can make our independent assessment to make sure that Donald Trump's fingerprints are not on it.
You can be the first one to say, sign me up. They now say it's okay.
Is the vaccine safe? Frankly, I'm not going to trust the federal government's opinion. And I wouldn't recommend to New Yorkers based on the federal government's opinion.
And the question of whether it's real when it's there, that requires an...
Y'all remember that the New York governor received a whole lot of flack for doing that, right? I don't even think he's governor no more. Is he? Y'all let me know.
Transparency.
Would you trust that vaccine?
There's very little that we can trust that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth.
We cannot take for granted this process will be free of political influence.
I don't trust the president, and I don't trust the FDA.
If Donald Trump can't give answers and the administration can't give answers to these 3 questions, the American people should not have confidence.
You're going to say to the American people now, here's a vaccine. It was new. It was done quickly. But trust this federal administration and their health administration that it's safe?
I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump.
Hey, how confident are you in the approval process of the FDA right now?
How confident am I? I'm not that confident.
Yes, I would be hesitant, but I'm going to ask a lot of questions.
You're going to need someone other than this FDA and this CDC saying it's safe.
You got to make all of it available to other experts across the nation so they can look and see. So there's consensus, this is a safe vaccine.
What I'm worried about is that there's some sort of October surprise and that there is a pressure put on the decision makers here to announce the vaccine in October of 2020.
We're going to put together our own group of doctors and medical experts to review the vaccine and the efficacy and the protocol. And if they say it's safe, then I'll go to the people of New York and I will say it's safe.
But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
But these are the same people that when they got in office were pushing the hell out of it. They were pushing the hell out of it. I'm just saying, like, what? Is everything a campaign run? I'm just saying, because we literally seen the video where Kamala Harris sat down and took it. Right? I know I ain't tripping.
I am gender neutral, so I am not a lady. I can be pretty, but not a lady. Yes.
So you can't be pretty or
I said I can be pretty.
So you can be pretty and you can be handsome, but you are not a she that is pretty and you are not a he that is handsome?
Correct.
That don't make no sense.
I'm confused. I guess I'm
What are you confused about?
I'm confused over the whole thing.
Why do we have to learn this?
Well, because this is how the world is changing now. So the world progresses and we progress with the world. Yes, in the back.
Can we just call you by what you look like your pronouns are?
No, because that would be disrespectful. So my pronouns are Z, Zer, Zer, Zers, and Zerself. Or you can just call me Teacher Darren.
Isn't
Yes.
it kind of disrespectful to like put stuff in our faces and into our heads that we don't necessarily want to align with or learn?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be, because that's the way the world works. So even though it's something that you don't identify as,
Not the whole world.
well, even
That's
though
more so just like the USA, more so like. all
okay,
the
well,
other
where
parts
do you
of the
live?
world-
In the USA?
You said that's the way the world works. I'm just saying the whole world, like
These kids is not taking that stuff anymore. These kids are smart. They understanding the way of the world. They're seeing the negative effects that this type of stuff is having on the quality of their quality of life. You know, the peer pressure they have to face when they're in school, you know, not just girls liking you anymore. And you're a straight guy. It's dudes liking you. And now girls are getting turned into that, you know, by peer pressure. Not because they've been feeling this way, because somebody forced them to like it or told them that you're lame if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but you know, I hear my kids come home and they tell me about the things that go on in high school nowadays. I've never dealt with that in high school, never. And now I'm hearing it. It's crazy. So I have to prepare and teach my kids how to navigate this stuff now differently from how I navigated through high school, because we didn't have to deal with all that type of peer pressure.
Are y'all ready to talk about it now? Black people, are y'all fucking ready to talk about it now? My followers know for a fact I've been talking about Lil RT for the fucking longest, and the bullshit that grown-ass people have been allowing him and encouraging him to fucking do and say. Going on these 20v1 videos with grown-ass fucking adults, and now they got other little kids on that shit too. And this motherfucker said that shit to a little girl dancing? Oh, let's not forget the 26-year-old black woman out here dating a fucking 19-year-old. There are black people in our community that are quietly normalizing pedophilia. That shit is unacceptable.
And you know what's crazy? I haven't seen any videos beside this one talking about that. Everybody is okay with that. They're normalizing this stuff, but then when it happens to their child, they want to blow up about it. Like, folk, we got to do better. We got to do better. Now, I ain't talking about other races, because I'm sure it's happening in other races too. But this is about my folk. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all.
Now y'all have white people singing Many Men while raising their fist up in solidarity to white supremacy.
Solidarity? And I know she ain't talking about the fists. The fist has nothing to do with black people. That's why people got to do their research. Oh my God. It's a symbol. It's a gesture with a meaning. And she got on a, but is what color, what kind of wig? I'm pretty sure that black people don't have this color naturally. She has on a wig that is a natural white person's hair color. I hate people that do that. Like, you want to act like you so woke, this, that, and the third, and then you do the most unwoke stuff. Weird.
But it's just a joke, huh? We're just being funny.
First of all, since when was the song Mini Men or even 50 Cent exclusive to, or should I say, excluded from a particular racial group? And second of all, can we please, actually start backing up these white supremacist claims instead of just repeating stuff we heard on CNN? I mean, you talk about supremacist ideologies, and yet you literally want to move to an island of like-minded individuals because multiple demographics listen to 50 Cent? Because you want to gatekeep? Keep in mind, you're saying all of this while literally wearing a ginger wig. Isn't this you reciting a Sabrina Carpenter song, word for word, bar for bar? Attempting to gatekeep in the year 2024 in America, of all places, has got to be the cringiest, most hypocritical thing I've ever experienced. This has nothing to do with white supremacy. It has everything to do with the fact that a few more inches and a targeted man could have easily lost his life that day. Furthermore, the fact that he didn't is a miracle on its own. And not only the fact that he survived, but the fact that he immediately resorted to showing strength rather than weakness. No glaze, but imagine having so much charisma that you make people think an actual attempt on your life was staged by you. No glaze. So yeah, the song is pretty fitting. But hey, if you do actually have a problem with it, you should probably take that up with the person who, actually made the song, which isn't you.
I mean, he spoke everything that needed to be spoken.
No tax on tips, Michaela.
Ooh! No taxes on tips. Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge.
To further protect Georgia workers, I will revoke China's most favored nation's trade status. I will pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. If China or any other country makes us pay a 100 or 200% tariff, we will make them pay a reciprocal tariff of 100 or 200% right back. You heard us, we heard you. It's an eye for an eye.
Wow.
Taking a fortune, and they'll stop doing it before I even arrive at the Oval Office shortly after we win the presidency. I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, and I will prevent, and I'm the only one that's going to do it,
he called it.
100% will prevent World War III, which is very close to happening. I will restore peace through strength, and in my next term, we will build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our country, a dome like none other, like nobody has ever seen before, and it will all be made in the USA, and much of it will be made in the great state of Georgia.
Wow.
And I will not cut 1 cent from Social Security or Medicare. I kept that promise 4 years ago, and I will keep it again. And seniors will not pay taxes on Social Security.
Wow. A lot of people were asking about Donald Trump's stance on Social Security. They were trying to eat him up about his policies. He's talking policies. He's talking Social Security. We've heard from the liberals, from the Democrats. They were saying Donald Trump was going to be cutting Social Security, this, that, and the other. I think Trump pretty much cleared the air just now on Social Security and taxes paid by seniors on their Social Security checks.
We are going to rebuild our cities into beacons of hope, safety, and beauty better than they have ever been before. We will take over the horribly run capital of our nation in Washington, D.C., and clean it up, renovate it, rebuild our capital city so there's no longer a nightmare of murder and crime. We're going to stop the murder and crime. You go down from your state, you end up getting mugged, murdered in our capital. It'll be run tough and strong by our great police officers, but rather, we will become the most beautiful capital anywhere in the world. I could say again, but it's been so badly run for so long, I almost don't want to say again. On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto the shoulders of our children.
Get it out of
there.
there.
I will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate. And I will keep men out of women's sports, if that's something. If Kamala Harris gets in, the travesty that is taking place at the Paris Olympics will come to America when we host the Los Angeles Olympics. And by the way, which I was president, we happened to get it. I was the president. I also got you a thing called the World Cup, which is coming very soon.
Wow.
I might as well say it myself because nobody else will say it. But I got them both, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it, I hope. Harris is a radical trans activist, and she is the candidate of letting men beat up women in the name of tolerance. But you look at what's happening over in Paris. It will never happen here. I will never let it happen. will get all males off your daughter's soccer teams and volleyball teams and get them out of your locker rooms once and for all. That's going to be cleaned up, and we will fight to make sure that the LA Olympics protects women and protects girls.
You know what? The crazy part is he did all of that without reading from something he wrote. So you know it's genuine because it's all up here. He knows what he wants to do. And those are the policies for me that make me lean that way. Not because he's Donald Trump or because I'm a Uncle Tom. That's gotta be the stupidest reason to vote for somebody. It's because listen to how he's talking. Have you heard that lady speak like this? No. All she ever did was beat around the questions. That's it. That's all she did. Pussyfoot around the question.
You believe that Danielle is a woman. You believe that I am a woman.
I believe, like she said,
Yeah.
she's a woman.
Okay.
And she made it very clear that they understand the difference. But if
What
someone like,
is the difference? That's what I'd like you to answer, AJ. Ray J.
what is the difference? Well, I would say what's the difference is what you have, like what's on you. You know what I mean? And there is really no difference but what your preference is outside of work, outside of us coming together and doing what we need to do to finish the goal at hand.
No, but what is the difference between me and Danielle?
She's a woman and you're a
And the biology.
biological woman. Is that the word? Yeah, because I'm getting educated every day on it, right?
Right, I asked a lot of
But
questions.
you're getting educated on speech rather than being educated on what you know to be right and
Well,
wrong.
no, I know. Well, not right and wrong. I just know what's the difference.
So if you have to differentiate, and I'm glad that you are, because I do think that that's much more respectful than where a lot of people are coming from, who self-identify as. But if you have to delineate, if you have to say I'm a woman and Candace is a woman, then that necessarily means that we are not the same, right? We are something different.
I think everybody is different.
I go another person pussyfooting around the question. Bro, it's not a real woman. Candace is a real woman. One can't get pregnant originally or naturally, and one can't. There are a whole bunch of differences. I can keep going on. One looks like a woman and the other one pretends to look like a woman. Come on now. He must was dating that transgender. He had to be.
Bro, the Trump was booming when Trump was president because stupid niggas was getting money too and the stimulus check came out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you said life was different when Trump was
life
in
was
office?
good when Trump was president, and not only that, it get deeper, bro. Trump was trying to start the sex trafficking. That's why they don't want him to be president. I help kids involved in sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to start the sex trafficking. People don't look. Y'all gotta think deep, bro. Y'all gotta stop being stupid, bro.
Plan International, you know, we help advocate for kids that's been sex trafficked, you know what I'm saying? Also organ harvesting and early childhood marriages, man. Y'all check us out, planusa.org, all right? We got the hats, we got the shirts, you know what I'm saying? This is not a part of the plan, but you know, check us out. Already.
So this is the truth about what really happened at the Trump rally in Atlanta yesterday. That same rally that they told you that couldn't get filled up, that there was barely anyone in attendance when there were 30 to 40,000 people literally standing in line. This is what America has to say, and this is why they're trying to censor the things that we're saying. So you guys stay on the lookout. When you see this video, make sure you save it just in case it gets censored later.
So that's showing you right there that these young folks, they even leaning towards Trump because they won't change. They see that since the Biden administration has been in office, it has affected their quality of life. They won't change. They tired of it. They want opportunities. And like he said, when Trump was in office, stupid niggas, I'm sorry. When Trump was in office, stupid, well, he said stupid N-words. You know, I don't want to say that across my channel. But anyway, stupid N-words were getting money. That's just the way we talk. That's a term of endearment for us. But anyway, yeah, they were getting money. I was one of them that was getting the money. And, you know, I mean, I still get a little bit now, but it has dropped tremendously since the Biden administration been in there. Like, I mean, he was giving people not just the stimulus. I don't think he meant stimulus, but people did get stimulus. I mean, a lot of people got stimulus. It wasn't just black people, but a lot of people got stimulus checks. I mean, but it was rightfully so because we were at home. We were stuck in the house. You know, he had to make that so. But this was right when his transitioning was about to happen, man. And it was so much propaganda surrounding that. They tried to impeach him during that time because of all of the things he was doing to help the Americans. But it dwindled down when they got in. They stopped all of that immediately. They overturned all of his executive orders. They overturned everything, man. And it made everything worse, man. Everybody is struggling right now. Black, white, green, Hispanic, all of us. And there's no reason why we should be, especially if we're able to give billions and billions to other countries. Don't make sense, man.
All right, so I just wanted to clarify something real quick in regards to people like myself who support President Trump. Because I think there's a major misconception that, you know, people think that it's just all about him.
No.
You know, but I think the part that they're missing is that, you know, there's a lot of younger black voters who have realized that, you know, your race doesn't have to dictate how you vote.
Nope.
You know, you being black doesn't obligate you to vote for the Democratic Party. You don't have to. You can actually just vote your values. You can prioritize the issues that are important to you. And so that's what a lot of us are doing today. I'll give you an example. We have a two-party system, right? Basically, two-party system. You have one party that supports school choice, the other one doesn't. I like school choice. You know, I think that if a parent can have the option or the opportunity to get a voucher, send their kid to a private school or send their kid to a really good charter, then that's exactly what you should do. And I don't care about this notion that, you know, it's going to hurt the public schools and it's going to make the public schools worse. They couldn't possibly get any worse than they are. I'm sorry, they're already terrible. So again, two-party system. One likes open borders, the other one doesn't. I prefer a secure border. And there's no discussion here. The numbers don't lie. 400,000 in 2020, migrant encounters. 1.6 million the very next year, 2021. End of discussion, case closed. Again, two-party system. One party seems to be very aggressively pushing this agenda, this ideology that just completely defies the science of biology. And we're supposed to bend the knee, throw away our common sense, disregard our beliefs for somebody else's delusion. And I'm saying no. I'm going with the appropriate party because it's a hard no for me. And we can go on and on and on. Billions and billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Why? It's 1,000,001 problems right here. And I'm going to finish by saying this. You see, because there's a party who is constantly telling me that I'm a victim, that I'm oppressed, that I can't do anything, that white people have all the privilege.
I spoke about this, about how the one party wants us to feel like we got to depend on them and the other one wants to empower you. I spoke about this.
Country hates me and I need them, that they are my saviors. And I just reject that notion. It's bullshit.
It is.
You're not talking to them old church folk no more, right? You talking to informed a group of people who grew up in the internet age. You can't just tell us anything. We free. We off the Democrat plantation. So while you sitting around thinking that it's about Trump, it's about us. It's the fuck about us.
We won't change. We won't change. Period.
My mother, who raised me and my sister, was a proud woman. She was a brown woman.
She was an Indian woman.
She was a woman with a heavy accent.
That was Indian?
She was a woman who many times people would overlook her or not take her seriously.
Because she was Indian?
Because of her accent.
Because she was Indian? Why is she not saying she's Indian?
It's crazy, man. That is crazy.
I don't care what y'all say, and I don't care what y'all think, but y'all have to admit that Donald J. Trump is really doing his big one, y'all, when it comes to this 2024 campaign. You hear me? Now, here's the thing. This guy is older, but all the time, all the energy, all the effort that he's putting into this campaign, y'all, all the blood, like literal blood, right? Sweat and tears that he has been putting into this campaign is out of this world to me, right? Now, here's the thing. No tea, no shade. I honestly believe that the Democrats is doing this because they want control, they want power, and they love authority, right? I believe that Donald Trump is actually doing this because he really is going to stand on business when it comes to America. He actually believe and he actually love America, right? Y'all, I don't know who his advisor is. I don't know who his manager is, but they are very strategic this time around. This man is tapping into social media, honey, streaming the whole nine. That stream with Aiden Ross was genius. Do you hear me? Right? Man, when I tell y'all, he's tapping into the Gen Z voters. And one thing that I can say, I don't know if you guys will agree with me when I say this, but during this time around, y'all, he is literally uniting us as a people. He is literally bringing a lot of us from all different colors, races, cultures.
Nah, for real. Do y'all see that though? Like he really is. Like I got a mixed demographic on this channel, and most of everybody talks about Trump. Now you might get a few people come in and say, you know, that may be, you know, a lefty or whatever, you know, but most are white. And I appreciate y'all because y'all allow me to say things and be my black self and allow me to express my concerns about things that the government are doing with my people. And I've never experienced that, bro. And it's all because of we tired. Everybody's tired, you know. So you got white people saying, let them folks get what they need so we all can get what we need. Because ultimately, that's what happens. Once we get what we need, then no complaints. You don't hear no more complaints. You see everybody's doing good. White people are doing good. Black people are doing good. And the boy Trump is trying to unite everybody. That's what he's doing. He doesn't want the divide. He wants everybody to be able to exist, to be able to coexist. And the only way we're gonna be able to do that is we got people like him leaning on both sides. Like, I'm gonna do this for my people and I'm gonna do this for black people. And that's what he's doing. I mean, his policies are loud and clear, man.
And I'm loving that for him. Better yet, I'm loving that for us. If he do not win this 2024 election, y'all, we know that this one is going to be rigged just like the last one was, because he is definitely putting his foot in this campaign, y'all, and he ain't letting up. He got his foot on these people yet next, y'all. I don't care what y'all say, but Donald J. Trump, y'all, 2024 all the way.
To add on to the election being rigged again, I don't think it's going to happen. Especially if Fulton County just came back and apologized to him about the last election. Come on now. The cat's out the bag.
I'm going to just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
It doesn't even matter. None of that matters. None of that matters. Why only because of that?
Because I would love to see a woman in office.
We're in 3 proxy wars with some of...
And let me just say this, so nobody feels like I'm a misogynist. There's nothing more than I would like to see a woman in office, especially a black woman. But I pay attention to things, and I'm not finna sell myself short just because she look like she my people. She ain't saying nothing. And even if she was, it ain't even about her color. If she was speaking the right policies and the right things, she might have a chance with me.
Most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage, because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you were. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before, but we sitting here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dalton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position in Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And we sitting here talking about identity politics?
Well, he told her a new butthole.
Top of that, I got the fucking Secret Service calling me 5 times, nigga! I don't know goddamn shit about politics, my nigga. I don't know nothing. I don't know shit. I don't know not a goddamn thing, my nigga. What the fuck am I supposed to talk about on stream about politics, bro? I don't fucking know, my nigga. I'll fix this shit. Fuck.
And you know what's crazy is that she attempted to do that after she seen Donald Trump on the stream with Aiden Ross.
What if you know, I happen to be born in another country and I want to come the right way? How would that work?
Well, that's what we want. We want people to come in, but they have to come in through a system, through a legal system. You know, one of the things that's unfair is we have.
Shout out to that boy Aiden Ross, man. He gave me my first troll opportunity, man, a while back. But she tried to attempt the same thing, and it's not working because the truth of the matter is, nobody's really for that lady. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Nobody's really for her. The people that are for her, they are clueless to her policies. Clueless that she don't even have any.
Oh, what's going on, dude? I spoke to this girl in so goddamn long who gonna have the audacity to text me, "We need you a part of the campaign." At first I was thinking she was talking about like a game, a video game, like a Modern Warfare game, or some shit. Or if not that, a clothing brand. I'm like, what campaign? Shorty gonna say, we're not gonna get into details. Yo, this is why I can't do shit. Hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all boys, okay? What the fuck is Kosanak gonna talk about with politics, my nigga? Let's be real. Let's be real. Hey, look, mark my words. I'm gonna say it right now. If there's some way, somehow, something was to go into where I do the stream of politics, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to sit on my stream and say, why did you guys call me? Like, you know, I don't know. I've never did anything with politics. And these blogs are like trying to say, yo, we gotta do this shit, God. And it's all the top blogs. But I'm like, bro, since when did niggas care about what Kosanak had to talk about for politics?
You know you down bad when you start doing something the other campaign is doing. You can't figure out how to market yourself. Trump is good at that. He's a businessman. He's gonna always win at these type of things.
When he talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white. A black may think that they don't really have the advantage. If I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black.
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. It would be 9 blacks against 9 whites.
See, this is what I'm talking about. When they take pieces of what he say, like that first clip where he said, well-educated black has an advantage over a well-educated white, right? There was nothing racist about that to me. Second part where he said they don't look like Indians to me and they don't look like Indians to Indians. He wasn't talking about black people.
Very smart, strong, beautiful people, right?
Pocahontas? Is it offensive? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas? I think she's as Native American as I am, okay? When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. I want surveillance of certain mosques. Negotiating with China. They say, we want deal. I'm asking for the vote of every single African-American citizen in this country. Why do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? Oh, look at my African-American over here.
Right there. When he said that, he was speaking statistical facts. At that time, we were doing terrible.
We are from India. All of my friends in Little Havana. We are also praying for the people of Puerto.
So him saying, like, Little Havana or Puerto Rico in a funny way is racist? Puerto Rico. He probably take vacations there and be talking like that. I'm in Puerto Rico. Who knows? Everything ain't racist, y'all. Let me stop. I'm going to just let the video finish. I'm sorry.
We love Puerto Rico. And we also love Puerto Rico. Come here. You're not nervous, right? Speaks perfect English. Oh, no, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person I can tell you.
Breaking news involving former President Donald Trump. A jury found him liable for sexual abuse.
You know, and she's still pretty good. I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it. Whoa. I did try and fuck her. She was married. No, Nancy. No, this was and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture.
So president can't have a private life and talk about who he tried to fuck. He's a man.
Her like a bitch. I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
She's your girl's hot as shit. Look at the purple.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes, the dollar score.
Whoa!
Oh, my man. Wait, you gotta look at me when you get out of the give me the thumbs up.
You are a
You gotta put the thumbs up. You gotta get the thumbs up. Can't be too happy. Yeah, let me.
That's good.
You gotta get the thumbs up.
You and I will walk down.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's a different one.
Better not be the thumbs. No, it's her.
Yeah, that's it, with the gold. I'm going to use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Those legs, all I can see is the legs.
No, it looks good.
Come on, shorty.
Ooh, nice legs, huh?
Oof, get out of the way, honey. That's good legs.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Is he lying? Is he lying? He's just speaking out about things that presidents that before him been doing. He's not lying, bro. Let's not forget about Bill Clinton. He was getting him a little yum on the side. And he had a whole wife too. So now that it's Trump, it's a problem. We praised Bill Clinton when he did it, though. And Monica Lewinsky was the butt of the joke. She was just trying to get ahead in life. I'm just saying.
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
I'll take that over a president who panders to me to try to make me vote for him. He ain't doing that. Like, look, I'm gonna be Big T. I'm gonna be who I am, and y'all gonna accept this. And I'm gonna put y'all on though. I'm gonna get y'all right. So, if you can't speak that language, I feel sorry for you. I understand him. That's him. He want to grab people by the coochies. Let him do it.
You consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
14,000 apartments in 39 different buildings, all mostly white tenants. That is until the Department of Justice took notice in 1973 and slammed Donald Trump and his father Fred Trump with a lawsuit. Trump management was charged with discriminating against African Americans and breaking federal law. Donald Trump, then just 27, was president of the company. The Department of Justice accused the Trumps of violating the Fair Housing Act, arguing they were turning away renters based on race and color. Who tipped them off? Local activists, so-called testers, posing as potential renters at Trump's buildings, mainly in Brooklyn and Queens. Elise Goldweber was a lawyer for the DOJ's Fair Housing section at the time and was called on to handle the Trump case.
When the black testers came, they were shown, they may have been shown apartments, but were told nothing was available. Whereas when the white testers came, yes, there were things that were available. That would be the norm.
And if the Trumps did rent to a black person, Goldweber recalls, they would do so only at one building in Brooklyn, reserving the other buildings for white tenants.
That the white people would live in Trump Village and the people of color would live in Flatbush.
And according to the Justice Department, they even had a secret coding system to do it, a racial code. Here's how.
Some of the applications were marked with a C, which we learned that it meant colored, so that the prospective tenant.
Well, that means that all the companies now today should be sued because they do that now on applications. They ask you your ethnicity, right? Are you black, Spanish, or white? What are you? Right? Come on, man. This is ridiculous, man.
That come in were noted to be colored.
Yes, you heard her right. The Department of Justice alleged applications submitted by prospective African-American renters were designated with a secret code, such as C for colored, to indicate a black person was looking to rent. In true Trump fashion, Donald Trump hit back, calling the government's accusations absolutely ridiculous, and telling the court, I have never, nor has anyone in my organization ever, to the best of my knowledge, discriminated or shown bias in the renting of our apartments. Trump's lawyers said the government's suit failed to give names, addresses, or specific incidences of discrimination. Claiming the lawsuit caused substantial damage to their business and reputation, Trump took the most unusual step of suing the Justice Department for defamation, seeking $100 million in damages. But that countersuit was tossed out by the judge. Even so, the Trump family maintained they never discriminated based on color, but were instead trying to avoid renting to people on welfare. 2 years later, in 1975, Trump and his father settled the case, agreeing not to discriminate against anyone. They also promised to advertise in publications aimed at minorities, familiarize themselves with the details of the Fair Housing Act, and notify civil rights groups of apartment vacancies. The Department of Justice claimed victory, but the Trumps never admitted any wrongdoing, reportedly noting the settlement was in no way an admission of a violation.
All right. Well, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it here. First of all, let's get this understood. Just because he was choosing who he wanted to live in a certain building doesn't mean that it was racist. At that time, what you have to understand is that people on welfare were living free. They were getting free money. And most times people that get free money don't take care of the things that they are provided with that free money. It's different. I work hard for what I get, right? So I get out and I cut my grass. I take care of my house. It's important that my house looks good to me because I work hard and pay the money to keep this house, right? Versus a person that gets free money and just live there. They're going to allow that house to tear up. They're going to depend on the maintenance people to come in and keep it fixed. It's a different ball game. And when you know welfare, you know people on welfare are like that. This is no secret. And this ain't just about blacks, because there are whites that are on welfare. I know some. That house looks terrible. And the least you can do, this is in my mind, the least you can do if you're getting free money, you can keep this place up. Do your part to make it livable for you and your family. But no, everybody knows it's not like that. People who actually pay for their houses and pay rent or pay mortgage, they're going to take care of it. They want to pull up and see the yard looking nice. They're going to decorate it with the little yard lights and stuff. They're going to do that because they spend money and they're proud of what they have accomplished. People who getting free money and living basically for free, they don't do that. So there's the difference, y'all. We always try to put things on color. And he ain't the only person that did that. Most companies did that. Most companies did not accept welfare. If you were on welfare, no, you have to have a job. They wanted you to have a job. And them saying that he put specific letterings and codings on there to let us know what color they were. They do that now. They do that now. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to deny you the apartment. But it's important because all this stuff goes to the census. People don't even understand about the census. This stuff goes to the census so they can keep up with the population and how many people are living where and how are they living and things like that. I mean, there's much more to this than just race, y'all. Okay, a lot of these things were put in place to help run the country, to keep the country running. And I'm glad now I'm older and I understand that, but a lot of people don't, man. And I'm not taking up for Trump, but I just hate hearing somebody say false things or try to paint a narrative that ain't true. Because if this man was racist, I have no problem with saying this man is racist, bro. I've said it about other people, man, on previous videos. So why is he the exception? Why would he be the exception, man? I'm the most raw, authentic. I don't write down no scripts. I don't do anything like this. This is coming all from up here. And I may stumble over my words and I may sound a little uneducated at times. But it makes sense to me. And for those who understand where I'm coming from, man, salute to y'all, okay? But one thing we got to do is stop painting narratives and look past what we see this news media or this media is doing and do the research ourselves and find out for ourselves, man. Because if you don't, then guess what happens? You get forced into making a decision that's irrational with no logic or, you didn't try to understand anything about it before you made the decision. And then it could very well be the wrong decision based off your feelings. So let's not do that. Okay, people? I'm not going to rant forever, but I just wanted to say those few things. And like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hop in the description, follow all my social medias, and join the Reddit too, man, because I want to start a community where I can talk to y'all every day. I'm going to start going live on Rumble real soon here. Got to balance it out because scheduling is crazy, but I'm just glad that I'm able to squeeze these videos in for y'all. But I want y'all to join the Reddit because the Reddit is where we'll be able to talk and communicate with each other to build a community, because I was speaking on how would we know each other if a civil war ever broke out in my previous videos. And I figured that the way that we can figure that out is to put a community together. So I took the liberty of putting a community together, and I'm gonna drop the link in the description. Y'all can go join and y'all can talk amongst each other and talk to me too, because I want y'all to know I'm a real person. I'm not a robot. I'm a human being, okay? That has views just like you have views. And I'm open to everybody being in there. Now, if you get disrespectful, then we'll have to kick you from there. But definitely want to build this community up, man. And I feel like the What Ifers is just the start of something that's going to be great and that can make change in this country, even this world, So with all that being said, remember, challenge the argument and not the person.